Today's horoscope, Aries October 2nd, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. You're well positioned to find support or backing from others, emotional or financial. You might thoroughly enjoy putting more thought and care into a special goal, relationship, or project as Venus in your intimacy sector heads into harmony with Ceres in your sector of responsibilities, ambitions, and career. This can be a time for enjoying deeper feelings and connections, whether this is to someone or a particular endeavor. You're also in an excellent position to strategize about business or long-term plans. Still, on this day before an eclipse, aim to wind down, as brand new launches may not go where you want them to go. Changes are in the works, but today, it's better to reflect and intuit rather than to make plans that might only fall through as new information comes to light later. The universe is promising big shifts of fate. Of all the zodiac signs, you like to tackle everything that is thrown at you head-on. Eclipse season is always a memorable time, often marking events we remember for the rest of our lives. No one remains entirely unscathed from eclipse season, as we frequently have to sacrifice something or someone in order to welcome new horizons and opportunities into our world. Solar eclipses are usually sweeter and more polite, whereas lunar eclipses are often more emotional and shocking. The eye of the storm knows where you stand. Strong feelings about your career path and all that it entails will arise. You may feel somewhat erratic and overwhelmed as the moon in Virgo trines Uranus retrograde in Taurus and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. At first, you might be critical of your job. You could nitpick your routine or work life, especially if it is not immediately conducive to your overall professional success. Instead of becoming paralyzed by your criticism, you should do something about it. Change your course of action so that you can make more money and follow a career path aligned with your values. Waking up a little earlier can give you the opportunity to have some healthy time alone before the day begins. You will benefit from taking a little time each day to center yourself in terms of what you want to accomplish. You tend to get wrapped up in other people's agendas because you are so talented at helping others achieve their goals. Focusing on yourself over a cup of herbal tea in the morning can have a powerful effect on your life. This is the ideal day to meet beautiful people. Your numbers vibrations will give you a great clairvoyance in all your exchanges, contacts, and affairs. There's no doubt about it. You will see things more quickly than last week and it will be easier to communicate. If you can put your organizational skills to work, take advantage of this day and fill up your schedule with appointments, you could be a big winner. The moon's return shortly after the Sun and Mercury departed from your work sector last week, ending all planetary activity on the job front for the year, allows it to capture and retain their influence. A friendly interaction with planets in the income and career sectors before leaving tomorrow will consolidate all available insights while also giving a positive start to the new working week. Simultaneously, ahead of an eclipsing new moon in your relationship sector, the alignment of the Sun and Mercury, the planet of communication, enhances awareness and facilitates open communication lines. A day before the moon is due to return to your relationship sector to begin the lead up to an eclipsing new moon later in the week. An alignment between the Sun and Mercury, the planet of communication, here peaks. As well as putting a lot of focus on your relationships, this is supporting Mercury's mission to get the communication lines open while making what you want from your relationships and what they need from you more transparent. Daily Planetary Overview. As the moon enters Libra at the start of a new month, it's the perfect time to ask yourself, how can you regain balance and find peace in your life? Libra's energy invites us to seek emotional harmony and create a sense of equilibrium in our hearts and minds. So, what brings you that sense of peace? Perhaps it's confiding in a close friend, spending time with a loved one, or diving into a hobby that makes your soul sing. It could even be something as simple as taking a quiet moment for yourself, away from the hustle and bustle of daily life. Whatever it is, this is your gentle reminder to focus on what helps you feel mentally, spiritually, and emotionally aligned. Have you noticed how much better you feel when you make time for the things that truly nourish your spirit? Maybe it's a favorite pastime that you haven't indulged in for a while, or perhaps it's just sitting in silence and reflecting. Life has a way of pulling us in a million directions, but today, you're being encouraged to slow down and reconnect with what brings you peace. This sense of self-confidence and clarity is a beautiful gift of the current cosmic alignment. But here's something to keep in mind. Sometimes, when we feel empowered, we can come across as overly confident or even a little arrogant without meaning to, of course. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you were sure you had the best solution, but in pushing that belief, you unintentionally rubbed others the wrong way? It's all too easy to forget that even when we're sure we're right, there's always value in listening to others' perspectives. The energy right now is about balance, not just within yourself but in how you relate to others. Being modest and diplomatic can help you avoid unnecessary conflicts. Even if your ideas are spot on, adopting a more collaborative approach can turn potential friction into productive discussions. So, instead of questioning everything around you, take a step back and let your natural charm and tact guide you toward more harmonious outcomes. Speaking of harmony, if you've been feeling tense or irritable lately, it's a good idea to check in with yourself and your emotions. Do you feel like your patience has been running thin, or maybe you've been overreacting to minor annoyances? It happens to the best of us. Have you ever noticed that when you're stressed, even the smallest things can feel overwhelming? Sometimes, we unknowingly project our inner tension onto those around us, which only adds to the strain in our relationships. But here's the catch: sometimes, clarity requires a pause before action. Have you ever rushed into something the moment it felt right, only to realize later that you could have taken a more thoughtful approach? Don't be afraid to take a step back, even if it feels like you're moving in reverse. Reassessing old plans or revisiting past decisions can be exactly what you need to set yourself up for greater success. Remember, stepping back isn't a setback, it's a way to ensure you're heading in the right direction with full confidence. If you've noticed a bit of tension building in your relationships lately, maybe some disagreements or a sense of friction, this is the perfect moment to dial it back and aim for quality over quantity in your interactions. Think about it. When was the last time a heated debate left you feeling truly satisfied or closer to the other person? More often than not, it just leads to frustration on both sides. The Sun and Mercury in Libra are gently encouraging you to prioritize diplomacy and harmony. Instead of pushing your point or trying to win the argument, try listening with an open heart. Seek common ground and approach discussions with a mindset of collaboration rather than competition. Have you ever had a moment where simply pausing to listen helped you resolve a conflict more easily than you expected? When you approach conversations with patience, you create space for understanding, and that's when real progress is made. So, as you navigate the day, think about how you can bring more balance into your interactions. Whether it's with friends, family, or colleagues, try to lead with empathy and openness. This not only strengthens your relationships but also fosters an atmosphere where everyone feels heard and valued. How are you feeling today? Have you experienced any moments of clarity or a sense of balance starting to return? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Drop a comment below and share what brings you peace or how you're working to create harmony in your life this month. Let's support each other on this journey.